And let me show you what I've done so far. I'm making these multiple Christmas ornaments. I have a 1/2-inch piece of plywood. I cut out all the shapes that I want to do. Nail them all down on the board with some little tacks. Put a screw in between, and I'll show you later why I put that screw in between spacing, because I don't want to cut these all the way out. Okay. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different shapes. I'm going to nail on this last one. Now, if you know, I also have I have the little hole drilled out that the string's going to go through for the Christmas ornament. These I'm making for the kids at the library right now. It's out of 1/4-inch plastic. I cut them out, the shapes. All right, I'll put this one down, divide it up in between the two boards. There. Alright, this is all plastic I'm using on the bottom as guides and this kind of thing. This is a little bit higher than this. I'm going to sand this all flush. I got staples on there and I sand it all flush so it's all nice and smooth. On this side I have spaced out for my boards. I got these boards already cut, 1/8 plywood. I got them from stripping hollow core doors. Found a great source for 1/8 plywood. What it is just slide in there and I can cut them out. And I'll show you how I cut them out. I got to set up a little clamp sort of system here first. And I'll show you how that works. Last thing I did with this, I made a couple of little that bolts up through the bottom attached, little pivot points. These would be sort of little lockdowns. Alright, then I take 2 layers, my 1/8 plywood that I already painted. Slip it down. Take the 2 wing nuts. I'm all ready to router. Alright, let me show you on my overhead router how I cut these out. I have a 3/16 solid carbide 2-fluted router bit. You know, it's 3/4 inch long here, 1/4 inch diameter. Let me clamp it on and I'll show you how it works. This is my overhead router. Call it my green machine. Up on the top boom up there, I can move the router in and out. The table slides crosswise. And down the bottom, I have a foot pedal. Raises the router bit up and down. You see how it works as I go along. I'm 72 years old. I bought this machine 40 years ago for I think $50. I've gotten a lot of money out of it. If you ever find one of these things, snap it up. But put it this way, I bought it I'm 72. This thing's probably 90 years old or better. But it's well worth it if you ever find it. Because the table is stationary, the router head goes up and down. Alright, let me show you how I set this up. On this table, I don't know if you can see it, I have a little 3/16 pin. It's stationed in there permanently and it's lined up with the bit. Lined it up first, so they line up together. So whatever bounces up against the pin, that's what will be cut with the overhead router. I got a depth setting. I can set the depth. You can see how it goes up and down. I'll put my plastic over with the template underneath, and I'll just follow all of the shapes. I got to sort of remember where they are. I can by feel find them. But all right, I'll show you when I start routering. I had to make some changes to the template. One was I added a couple of screws here, a couple of screws here, screw there, screw here, and really that's just to stop what it is. I found I'd cut all the way across, and then this thing would give when I had another board and some more of them I could make. And then plus two, I found it would move a little bit, so to be on the safe side, to keep it tied to the side pieces, I put some there, and like I say, another one there. Then what I did was I marked out where they are. You can see where they are. I marked them roughly what it is, so I know exactly where they are at. All right, we'll try again. Tighten down the clamps. As everybody thinks I don't wear safety equipment. I do wear ear protectors. I'm mostly deaf, but you know, hey, it helps. It cuts down on because this has a high whine. Alright, now here's my cut pieces. Now see what I do, all I'm going to do is really zap them off on the bandsaw. And see, like I say, I added those screws there to keep this tied on here. And added these on to keep this off from shifting a little bit on me. And I can usually hit that with a bandsaw, cut it off. Same thing here, and same thing on the end. Alright, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 18 of them. Got a whole bunch. Yeah, I'll go for another hour. And I'll let you know how many I do. In 45 minutes, I've cut out 200 shapes. And I still have probably another 200 to cut yet. And then I'll be done with this little project. Like I say, I'll show you, well, I can show you right now how I'm going to finish them off. I'm going to bandsaw these apart because I don't like to break them because they break funny, so I'd rather just cut it on the bandsaw. Alright, here's the last part of it, and a little sander. Alright, and the last thing I'll do, take a little piece of sandpaper and knock off the burrs. And there's the ornament. I don't know which the kids are going to like more, probably the gingerbread man, but we'll see what happens. Alright, like I say, I made these. This is just 1/8 plywood. I got at Homes for Habitat, I bought a hollow core door and just cut 3 inches off all edges of it, and they're just, the inside core frees up nice and you get some nice 1/8 plywood. To show you, last week I was driving by somebody's house and he was throwing out 4 interior doors, 36-inch doors. Looked real good. He must have changed the doors with something. And so I stopped, I grabbed those, I got enough. This is from actually one door. This is all of it, because what it is, you get two pieces on a side. So all of these that I'm cutting out are actually from one door. So to show you that's the end of this project. Little sander. Knock some of this fuzz off. Sanding, like I say, this is 1/8 plywood. I got it. I went and I bought Homes for Habitat a hollow interior door. Cut 3 inches off all the 4 sides. Then what it is, you can just tear it right apart and you separate, and you get 2 sheets of 1/8 plywood, good birch plywood. I'll end up probably in the neighborhood of 400 of these things, and I came out of one door. So to show you, it's a nice little project. Like I say, daughter-in-law in charge of a library here in Brunswick, Ohio. I'm going to see if she wants them. She'll probably want them, for Christmas, for a little craft thing. If she does any that she doesn't use or whatever, I'll go ahead and give them to the school. That's how I originally started out with my. I made these for 30 years ago for my youngest kid's kindergarten class, and I got one upstairs. And what it is, they colored it up, took it home, and I still have it. That's their ornament on the tree. All right, that's it for this project.